Good morning, guys. Welcome to reading class. Let's review. Let's make a brief summary about Train to Somewhere. Questions are included in this presentation. So, we read Train to Somewhere, right? What is this story about? Guys, remember me. Help me out to remember what this story is about. Let's begin by
The story is about
the kids that is in an orphanage.
in an orphanage. Raise your hand, please. Okay. What are the main characters? The name of the main characters in this story.
Marianne.
Marianne is one.
Nora. I think Miss Randolph.
Miss Randall, yes, because she is in charge of the kids, right? She is in charge of the kids. So what happened? Oh, what is the name of the orphanage? The kids are, or the kids were left. What is the name of the orphanage? It is Saint
Christopher.
Saint Christopher, exactly. The name of the orphanage is Saint Christopher. Exactly. So, what happened to Marianne? Who can tell me about Marianne? But no Maria Jose, because Maria Jose is participating now.
Her mom abandoned.
Left her. Her mom left her.
Her in a state of train, and he said that he will come the next Christmas.
Christmas, exactly. Yes, Marianne's mother told her, I will come back next Christmas. But she didn't let her at a train station. She left her in St. Christopher Orphanage. Marianne kept something that belongs to her mother. What did she keep? Something that she has in her pocket. A feather, exactly. Marianne kept a feather that was stuck in her mother's hair when she left her at St. Christopher. Yes, that's correct. What do you think is the setting this story is developed? The main setting where the story happened. What is the main setting? What do you think?
In Chicago.
Chicago is part of the setting. What else? What else, guys?
That train.
That train, definitely that train. They spend most of the time of the story traveling in the train. And the train was traveling to where?
Chicago.
Chicago once was one stop. And what was the name of the last station? Somewhere, exactly. Remember, this is a fictional story, yes, but it's based on real events. The name of the stations is fictional, and also the name of the characters. That's also fictional. Question. Did Marianne find her mother?
No.
So how did she feel? How did she feel? Sorry. Yeah. What else? Another word that could describe her, the way she felt.
Sad.
Abandonada.
Oh, you think she felt abandoned?
Yeah.
You think? Well, it could be. Yeah, definitely. And remember that her mother says that she will come back next Christmas. And according to the story, Danielle, what are you doing? According to the story, many Christmases happened and her mother never came back. So of course she was sad, very, very sad, because she has that little hope that she would find her mother, or that her mother really wants her. But what she learned after she was adopted is that her mother didn't want her. That's very sad. Very, very sad.
This,
Uh-huh.
this,
Yeah.
the page 10 of, how do you say train of
10. How do I say?
train?
Train. Tren.
¿Sí?
Ajá.
Esta tenemos que estudiar.
Train to somewhere. Yes, you have to. 2 stories. Train to somewhere y a visit with grandpa. I already sent el temario to your parents. Okay, so look at this. Setting off train to somewhere. The introduction tells me that the train trip of this story began in New York. As I continue reading, I can notice that the train is moving to another place, right? It's moving from station to station. And the final station is somewhere. Questions. Let's remember this because you already know this. The feather Marianne carries in her pocket is a remainder of her mother, a gift from Nora, decoration for her hair.
The B.
Is a gift from Nora, the feather.
The reminder of A. The A.
The A.
Yeah. Yes, you may. And the rest of the kids, A, B, C. Maria Jose says A. Another one says B. Jose Enrique.
A.
A. Yeah. It was a remainder of her mother. And at the end, Marianne gave the feather to whom? Marianne realized her mother didn't want her. So she gave the feather to?
Marianne.
Marianne gave the feather to Marianne. Does not make sense. She gave the feather to a person.
I think that person to the couple adopted Marianne.
Adopted her, yes. Marianne gave the feather to Mrs. Book. Mrs. Book, the old woman that adopted her. Yes, that's correct. Second, which sentence best describes the lessons in this story? Sometimes what you get is better than what you wished for. Children should learn to do things that please adults. Friends are usually more important than relatives.
Me, Jose Enrique, the A.
The A. Okay. The letter A. Yes. Remember that at the end of the story, the couple, the only couple that was waiting at the last stations in somewhere, had a little toy in for the kid they are waiting for. And as you remember, the toy was, what was it?
Train.
It was a locomotive, exactly, like a little train, color in blue and red. That kind of toy is for a boy. And Marianne says, I am not what you were expecting. Yeah, that was correct because they were waiting for a boy. But Marianne was the last kid in the train. She was a girl. That's why the lesson we learned in this story is that sometimes what you get is better than what you wished for. So Marianne wished to find her mother, but she found something better. She found a couple that really want her. A couple that is going to take care of her. So she found something better, definitely better than what she wished for, because let's remember that her mother left her in an orphanage. And fortunately, she found something better in this couple. Next one. Which event in this story happens before the train leaves New York? Which event? Nora was adopted. Marianne's mother leaves her at St. Christopher. Miss Randall gives the children milk and cookies. What event?
The B.
Class? The letter B.
B.
You think Marianne's mother leaves her at St. Christopher. What else?
I think
Another?
the C.
You think the C. Another opinion? Another opinion, especially boys. Boys are very shy. Very quiet. Alan? Are you resting your eyes? What do you think, boys? Which event in this story happens before the train leaves New York? Nora was adopted. Marianne's mother leaves her at St. Christopher's. Miss Randall gives the children milk and cookies. A, B, or C. Some of the kids already gave their answer. Some of the kids says A, or the kid says B. A. A. Okay, let's see.
I think the C.
A.
Was letter B or C? Because it's between the two. It's between the two. To be sure, we have to go back to the book. Okay? You say the C. Okay, Miss Randall gives the children milk and cookies. Remember that they are traveling in the train. Many kids. And it's a journey of many days. Many days. The number 2, in this story, Marianne's biggest disappointment was knowing her mother had not come for her, leaving Miss Randall's, being taken by the books. Diego, you don't have to be coloring. What is Marianne's biggest disappointment? The A. And the rest of the kids? Daniel?
The A.
The A. Sebastian?
The A.
The A. Definitely. Her biggest disappointment was to know that her mother had not come for her. Know that her mother didn't want her. Her mother didn't want her. Otherwise, her mother will come for her. Now, look at this one. What do you think a child on the train hopes to find in the West? Definitely, each kid wanting to find a good family. A good family, definitely. Now, questions. Do you think all the kids were adopted by good families?
No.
Why no?
Not all.
So some families went to clear, some big boys,
Big boys,
to mantener her,
to work, right?
To work for him.
For them, exactly, to work for them. And also some families adopted big girls to work at home, to clean the house, to cook, to help with little kids. So not all the kids were adopted by good families. That's correct. Why do you think Marianne touches the feather in her pocket? As she says, she will be there. She will want me. Because she was reminding her mother. Okay? Reminded is remember. She was remembering her mother. She loved her mother. Unfortunately, her mother didn't come for her. 3, what is it important for the children to change into their good clothes? Again, in a part of that story, kids change their clothes, the good one for the old one. Why? Why Miss Randall said to the kids to do this? Why Miss Randall ordered this? Change your clothes.
Because the children will be good looking and the family wants to adopt them.
Exactly. They only have one, let's say, one outfit, one good outfit, una ropa, solo un cambio de ropa bonito, one, just one. So that's why they changed their old clothes, the good clothes for old clothes. Meanwhile, they're traveling in the train. Remember that this journey, they were traveling for many days from station to station. They were traveling from northeast in New York to the west, almost to the middle of the country. And United States is a big country. Exactly, because they want to look nice and be adopted. The last one, what was the sequence of events they follow at each stop? They follow a specific sequence of events. First, the children got off the train. Then they were lined up for inspection. When they were lined up for inspections, adults looked them over because probably they have something in mind. The adult has in mind what kinds of kid they want to adopt. So they were looking at them, observing. And next, some children were placed with families. Finally, the rest of the children go back on the train and they continue traveling to the next station. Then
another kid get adopted in
another station. Yes, at the beginning in the train were traveling a lot of kids. Then the number of kids decreases from station to station because some of them were placed or adopted for some families. Who was the last one? The last kid to be adopted? Marianne, exactly, Marianne. Marianne was the last one to be adopted. What else can we say about this story, guys? What else? Something that you really like about this story? What is the most important things you remember? Or the thing that you liked the most? What part? What part, guys?
The part that I like is when Marianne gets adopted.
When Marianne is adopted? Yes, by a lovely couple. Marianne was adopted by a lovely couple. Yes, that's correct.
The poor kids, the one that get bad families.
Okay. What about Nora? What happened with Nora?
They adopted a couple, and Nora asked if you have may I have a puppy?
Okay. Probably was not Nora. Yeah, one of the girls asked, "Can I have a puppy?" And her new mother and father said, "Yes, yes, you can." Okay, so that girl was adopted by a good family. What about Nora? Do you think Nora was adopted by a good family? What do you think? Do you think Nora was adopted by a good family? I don't know because
the family is like rich.
But I think she was adopted by a good family. How old was Nora, by the way? Do you remember the age? How old she was?
I remember it.
Do you? Don?
Yes.
How old Nora was?
5 or 4.
No, that's too small. I think Nora was
7.
7. Nora was 7. Nora was 7. Unfortunately, they were adopted by different families. They wanted to be together because they love each other a lot. And they behave like sisters, but they couldn't be adopted together. Miss Randall said that is easier that one kid is adopted alone, not two, because families wanted just one, not two kids. Okay, do you have questions about this story?
No, miss.
Now remember that you have to review the vocabulary of this story for your exam, please. So tomorrow we are going to have the last review for reading, tomorrow or Thursday. And we're gonna review sequence and setting, okay?
Tomorrow is the last day.
Okay.
La otra semana we have exams.
Yes, we begin exam on Monday. First exam are math and social studies, I think it's on Monday.
Oh, math and reading.
Math and reading? Okay, yes. Math and reading. So see you in the next class, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.